Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again with another Ferrero Friday project, and this time it's a variation of an easel box card. So there's the easel, and down below is a box which holds 6 Ferrero Rocher, so a lovely gift, or obviously could make other gifts, house other gifts as well. And you'll see I've decorated it with a beautiful new stamp set we've got, which is called Colourful Seasons. And it's a photopolymer stamp set, so that means you can layer the images up to get this really pretty effect. And another really great thing about this stamp set is the fact that it covers all 4 seasons. I've used this one here, which is the kind of summer effect with the deck chair, but you've got in here, you've got leaves that you could use for autumn, you've got bare branches that you could use for winter, along with some snowflakes, and so the deck chair for the summer, along with, there's a little teeny weeny little glass, and it comes with some matching framelits as well. So although I've just stamped them today, you could just as easily use them with the framelits and create something sort of even more dimensional. So box card construction is an easel cut, so you've got 2 parts to this. We've got the box and the wrap construction, and then you've got the card to go on the top. So I'm going to start off with the box for you. I will do my best to give measurements in both inches and centimetres. I'll be working in centimetres today, so if I forget any of the inches, or I possibly haven't made them as clear as I would on my notes, I will of course put them on my blog, as I always do, so that you can go there to check the measurements as well. So to start off with then, we're going to need, I'm using powder pink card, exactly the same as I did in my sample, and in terms of millimetres, this is 14.6 by 25.1, so 5 7/8 by 10 inches, and you're going to score the short edge at 3.7 and 10.9. So just move my cutting blade away, so that's at 3.7 there, and at 10.9. Then rotate it into landscape, and you're going to score then at 10.7 and 14.4. So if you're working in inches, you're going to score the short side at 1.5 and 5 3/4, and the long at 4 1/4 and 5 3/4. So you'll end up with a piece of card like that. I'm going to pop that to one side for the moment, and we'll work on the box. So we're going to do all our scoring to start off with. So this is the draw part. So this is 14 by 17.5, 5.5 by 6 7/8, and you're going to score all 4 sides at 3.5 centimetres. So that's 1 3/8. So 3.5 on each side. Pop that to one side. You then need the piece of card to make your card for the top. So this is 7 by 21.2. So that's about sort of 2 3/4 by sort of 8 1/4, just under 8 1/4 inches. So sort of 8 3/8 thereabouts. You're going to score at 10.6 and 15.9, and that's the little mark here. Oh gosh, I've just realised you can't see any of my scoring, apologies. If I zoom out very slightly, that should be better from now on. The 15.9 is literally on a Stampin' Up! Trimmer just before that sort of grey bit. Okay, and that's all of our scoring for the moment. So pop our trimmer away. So if we start off by making the card, as that was the last piece I did. Having scored it, you just need to fold it, just reinforce those score lines. That's going to make our easel card. And I've got another piece of card, exactly the same, and this layer of card is it is 7 by 10.6, and I'm just going to attach that. I happen to have fuse handy here, but just attach that to the very front, lining up. So that's why I've only put glue on the bottom half, because that's going to make our easel. I've then got a piece of our new Berry Burst cardstock, which is this colour here, and this is 6.5 by 10 centimetres, and just attach that onto the front. So that just gives a nice border all the way around, and then we can start stamping our image. So for that I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and because it's photopolymer I'm going to be using my Stampin' Pierce mat to act as a bit of a cushion. So I'm using some soft suede ink for the branches and also for the deck chair. So using the branch, I'm just going to come across and stamp like so. Then I'm going to use the floral image. In fact, I'll do the deck chair in soft suede while I've got the ink out. I'm just going to pop that right down the bottom there. And I can pop that away. So then I'm going to come in with the really pretty Berry Burst colour, and because it's photopolymer you can literally see through it to line up those buds and flowers with the branch, and stamp down, and do the same on this piece here. And then again I'm using Berry Burst for the sort of sling part of the seat, and again just need to very gently line that up to give our seat. So that's our panel for the front of our card to go like so, and I've also stamped the panels on the side of my box, you can see here, and on the front. So if I've already made one here which we're going to use, and what I've done is the side panel is going to be 10 by 3 centimetres. I haven't got all the inches measurements, I've just realised, so I will work them out and put them on my blog. And the Whisper White is 9.5 by 2.5. So I've got the same again here, so this is 9.5 by 2.5. And then I'm just going to come in with the branch on the one end, like so. And then I've turned the branch upside down and just come in from the other end. And then you just do the same with the flowers, so you can line it up, it doesn't matter if it's upside down. So let's start off with our large one. I'm going to stand up, so if you hear me creaking about, that's my chair, like so. And then again, just turn it upside down and then just line those up. And then that will just layer onto our cardstock, like so. Then the small piece for the front is done in exactly the same way, and it's just a case of getting the branch and layering it. So I'm just doing a single branch across the front. See, it's a much smaller piece. So having said I could have put it away, I couldn't in fact. There we go. Hopefully you can just see I'm just literally hovering over the top there before just going down and up. And if ever any of the pattern hasn't, I didn't do a very good impression there, obviously you can always do it another one, or you can come in with the stamp again if you want to, or you could come in with one of the markers as well. Okay, so pop that to one side, and that's all of the stamping done, so we can get on with the box construction now. So if you remember, we have scored to make the drawer, and all we need to do now then is reinforce these score lines as we come around, just like so. And then with the drawer on this, I want to make sure that it's I leave that front edge nice and clear, because I'm going to be cutting a notch out of it. So with it in landscape orientation, so the long bit to the side, we're just cutting up to that score line on either side and notching out the tabs. So just cut a sliver out, and again on the outside edge. I'd forgotten to do my outside edge ones here. Okay. And then to use that, all I'm using is some fuse. I didn't do my tip very well there, so just very gently. And you don't have to be fierce with fuse, it is very gentle, just the gentler the touch I find the better it works. And then all we do is line those corners up. And that's going to make our box. And then I'm going to use a 3/4 inch punch, just so it's around about halfway, so and just come back slightly, so just notch that out like so. And then to make our outer drawer, again just reinforce those score lines. And on this one, again in landscape, you're going to come up to the score line and tab out that inner, just that central small section. And the important thing when you make the box, the outer part to go around the box, is to make sure that we sandwich this little bit in between the two outer ones. And I'll show you what I mean by that. You don't want this to be on the very inside of your box, otherwise it's going to catch your drawer. So what we're going to do is stick it to the outside of this, and then this is going to come on the very outside. So you're going to have long, short tab, then long tab. So again, because it's a box, we're using fuse to get that nice strong bond. So nice and square, and layer our tab, and do that on both sides. Okay, and then fold it up, and then this will fold down, and then once it's, there we go, once it's folded, then you can just pop your fingers down on the inside or your bone folder just to make sure that's a really good fit. So what I should have done before I glued it together was actually attach the panels. So I can just come in there anyway because they're nice and square, and attach those. So you want the seam, well I always like the seam at the bottom, then it's less noticeable. You can just pop those panels on the side, and I think that berry burst gives it a beautiful pop of colour. It certainly makes me feel very, very cheerful, and I say it matches beautifully with the new powder pink as well. So we can attach our stamped layer onto our card to the front there. And then the whole of this needs to stick to the top of the box. And so that's going to line up just on the top there, like so. Our drawer can pop in there. And we just need a quick piece of some berry burst to layer that up, and then create our stopper. So for that I'm going to use another piece of card, and just that we're going to pop on the middle part there. So I've misplaced my berry burst. So the piece for the panel for the drawer front is going to be 6.5 by 3 centimetres. So I can just trim one of those. I've swept it up somewhere. So I'm just going to trim one very quickly. 2.5 by 3. And this is a little skinny one, but if you're careful you can do that. And that will go onto there. And then our stopper for the top is 7 by 2.5. So I've got a piece here that's 7. I'm just going to trim that down to 2.5. And then our piece of card for the stopper is 7 by 2 centimetres, so it's exactly the same width. Okay, by 2 centimetres. So again, usually when I cut a skinny one, I do cut it off a bigger piece, but needs must when you've misplaced your pieces. And I could have sworn I'd checked I'd got everything as well. Never mind. So in our last few moments before my video ends, let's just adhere these ones together. That's for our front panel. So again, just come in the centre like so. Punch that out and attach that to the front of our drawer. There we go, like so. Then for our stopper, just using the sentiment here, thinking of you, which we can pop in the middle there. Again, layer it up onto some berry burst, and then that can just be popped onto some dimensionals or some of our sticky strip, anything that lifts it up off the gives yourself a little bit of a stop, so that then can just go straight across our card. And obviously you can add a gift card, or that obviously is the card for the top, and you can then fill that with Six Ferrero, as you can see here. They fit in perfectly. So, a thinking of you Six Ferrero Easel box card, great as a gift. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want any supplies, visit my Stampin' Up shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, or give me a call or drop me an email. Bye for now.